to just say nipa dodo no to free ho nipa dodo no a wo mu to free ho ebi wo mu ni akire mu wonkran ha ebi so kokoma sesan se ebra wo se awia bo no se awia no emo enso to a na etonti no wo no ba ye se nkinkankan ma ewo mu bra na bi bra ne senti wafo ho adwena dodo no a ekoma se nkran eno free ba na de akofa ba emu nkomodie Adom kase yakuru kire gu ahoma so yentie no nso
Wamanga na mu wiemobere ade baako a epam manfo titire ene makuafo efrimen tifidomantem bepi anafo a enyasem ketua wonom efri wonkurase ewosire mantem mu eba kura kesie mu tise nkran ne kumase a wode wo ho behye bodwabodwa adwuma mu tise kaye yemu a enyasem ketua omu se tukwatena omutu eba anafo hanom sei no ade a eden ma wo yipa nanso tide bia wohwe asetena owomu na wohwe se de esa ewiem abobere ntikua adwuma enkoso a ese wogya abusua ewotire no babebre epe bibi na ode akofie akwakohwe wonom ekire mu a sika kakra wonom nya no ena wonom edi kofie amabusua a wonom akakire so edi ehwefie ewo kwan a na ekomo a edi wonom wo ho no wonom atumi edi asoso ano
befre walwal se mi wa hankwan de me busuafo pepebi a dise me ma omo sama mama omo ahwan na be kwa akoma omo nti me ye adwuma na omo pepebi a metumi me wo bi nkwan de amema me ne bi kura me force anya bi ama omo me busia nkwan na wo me ba na
me se me nye adwuma me se this kama me mama no asham
ni free wala ha se ye bre no ba ye krom de ye mbre sa yambra so yenye sika wo ho no anso bre obenye bi so ne de nto wo ho no nti eme aduane na ntima anye bebre se da ya ye no ntima anye se ne mo te se me ba no sa no hu fa na o mbeka kire na mama o musika ene me nwia ne mu
eno da nkyene a yesan no mo twetwe nkomo ebisai sedi adwumadi a wonum edi na nafo ha no esikro wonum akire a omo abrabo no enya ade a etumi fa no ntuma pefra da empo se obepiem wo ha no efrise obepiem ewo kurokesie mu nso a eno nko a eho haw ewo ho no mu a sika esese wonum nya no nso enye no ene wo mu ensaka wonum beso anu yemedudu nyina na enso bewie no na sika fia bi ene wonum nya eno emu akora
ai me babe anya nof na me nya mahana me Marketing
Chayo no sese aye nanti aye nya adwuma egusi sresre ya manfo se o momfa ya adwuma bebre so o mompene spaya enti yesre nyankopɔ se yenye sika na yenko
adwuma ne enye na se adwuma ne enhye ambasa
Dr. Shelter Gache ena wada Sage Initiative ano ena wachire se free enfimpi mienu emu ba ne de na nka tukwatena dodo a free esiri mantem mu eba anafo ase no dodo no aye mema nanso esan se enuema sesenti se emenyina free afimpi mienu ni du ba ne de odo ho ahye mu bia wonom nso eba na dodo mu a wonom eba be kaya yi bia enya semketua.
In Ghana, the northern region, they are located in a dry harsh zone. So when they have prolonged droughts, when they have unpredictable rainfall distribution, it affects their agricultural productivity, which in turn affects their livelihood because they're dependent on this agricultural productivity. So in turn, some of them have to find ways to supplement their household income. And some of them adopt certain strategies. But in recent years, migration has become quite popular. So some of them have some household members move down south. When they move down south, some of them, the most popular, work they do is what is known as karaye. So when they come, they get some money and they send it back home. And that's known as remittances. The household then can use the money to supplement their income. So remember that the agricultural productivity has been affected because of the negative effects of climate change. In fact, the studies prove it. The households that receive remittances are much more likely to build climate resilience as compared to households that do not receive remittances.
But enya de pa fise wutu afiri ukrum aba baabi a telebi kura wo ma hoda no ya na enya asem ketoa nanso kwan baako a wonom efa so edi dwane ewiem abobere nsa kira ya eto won so wure ewosire mantem mu a enya asem ketoa. For
migration to be promoted as an adaptation tool, the government needs to acknowledge it as an adaptation tool. When you look at the National Adaptation Plan, it's not explicitly stated that migration is an adaptation. So we need migration to be accepted as an adaptation tool or acknowledged as an adaptation tool. hereby we can have structures put in place that can govern migration. That right now, when remittances are sent home, in as much as it helps household, it's considered as a private money. The government doesn't have any role to play in it, and it can be used how the household. For instance, we can have remittances tax reduced, right? So we can have taxes placed on our remittances. They should be reduced. Then we can encourage the migrants in Accra or in the big cities. When they're remitting, they can have a public fund. They can send money into it where they are sure that it is reduced, the tax is reduced, and there are certain systems in place whereby such remittances can be used for some of the things back home, like irrigation systems and storage facilities and training of farmers on how to cope with climate change.
Edi wie no ye kan sisu dua se wie mabobren nsacha ya emo manfo etubata eba anafo ha sei no ye ade a ewo ho na ha dwene yie pa
Samani boy CDKN NFA University of Ghana C3SSA wonya wo mo a edi free Clear R41 Opportunities Fund ho ene de bremo
ene Salasia mu ene akwowu adwamena tum na ate wo mu ne no we nyasam ketwa wakurutire ne kama yaboswa mo wate